Right across the world today, there is a concerted effort to reverse climate change. As part of this global initiative, the Government of India launched the National Action Plan for Climate Change, part of which is the National Mission for Enhanced Energy Efficiency, implemented by the Ministry of Power and the Bureau of Energy Efficiency, a key initiative of which is Perform, Achieve and Trade, or PAT, designed to improve the energy efficiency of energy-intensive industries. Under this scheme, the designated industry sectors are incentivized to improve energy efficiency through retrofitting and modernization. And if they better the energy reduction target set, they get tradable energy saving certificates or e-certs that they can sell to units that do not meet their target, who then get compliance instead of paying the penalty.
Under PAT, fertilizer sector has managed to cover more than 95% of the energy consumed by the sector. Around 99% has shifted to NG based feedstock, which has helped in achieving an emission reduction to the tune of 1.2 million ton of CO2.
The 13 sectors under the PAT scheme are aluminium, cement, chlor-alkali, fertilizer, iron and steel, paper and pulp, thermal power plant, textile, discom, railways, petroleum refinery, commercial buildings, hotel, and petrochemicals. The fertilizer manufacturing industry is one of the main sectors under the PAT scheme, as India is the third largest manufacturer of fertilizers in the world, contributing almost 15% of the world's production. And in 2015-16, India produced more than 36 million tons of fertilizers, a sector where 29 designated consumers were given a target of reducing energy consumption by 0.478 million tons of oil equivalent or TOE in the first cycle. The sector surpassed the target by as much as 64% by achieving an energy reduction of 0.78 million TOE by investing 9,100 crore rupees in various energy efficiency and related measures, the highest among all sectors under the PAT scheme, phasing out older, inefficient fuel-based plants and replacing them by energy-efficient, modern gas-based plants, adopting revamped technologies for ammonia production, additional ammonia converter with associated heat recovery, use of more efficient technology and catalysts, additional purification of synthetic gases, refurbishing or replacing of rotating machines like compressors and turbines, better heat integration. Energy efficiency improvements included replacement of urea stripper with bimetallic stripper in urea plants, replacement of trays in urea reactor with high efficiency trays, suction cooling of CO2 compressor, installation of pre-concentrator before vacuum concentration section, high power urea hydrolyzer and various other energy efficient measures.
We converted CO2 removal system from GV solution based system to AMDA based system with new compressors, had upstream VAM suction chilling which chilled the CO2 gas to 15 degrees centigrade from 25 degrees centigrade, which increased the interstage efficiency of the compressor. We converted the boiler at the upstream of HTAS reactor to HP steam superheater. The total investment cost was rupees 700 crores with an energy saving of 0.45 gigacalorie per metric ton of urea. Monetary saving was to the tune of 350 crores rupees per year.
In urea plants, old BHEL compressors have been replaced with new energy efficient Hitachi compressors. In both the ammonia plants, we have done the modification in synthesis gas compressor as well.
There are many schemes implemented for the first time in our company. For example, carbamate preheater, ammonia preheater, vacuum pre-concentrator, and deep hydrolysis, and high efficient trace in urea reactor. And the latest such adoption is Vertex mixer in urea reactor. It allows the both raw materials in mixing much efficient way, and the bubbles generated out of this mixture will be very fine in size, so that the contact area between both the reactants is very high. Thereby it gives more conversion and better efficiency. If you see the cost of implementation, considering the payback is around less than 10 months.
With the help of technology suppliers, various energy saving schemes have been identified, and we are in the process of meeting the BEE requirement of less than 5.5 gigacalories per metric ton of urea.
Enthused by the success, the Ministry of Power and BEE have set even more ambitious targets of 8.869 million TOE and 1.06 million TOE in PAT cycles 2 and 3. While more sectors are also being introduced in the scheme, PAT is a major initiative to reduce energy consumption and so minimize environmental impact and help rejuvenate Mother Earth. For it is the only home we have.